Welcome to your weekly UAS news update. We have 5 stories for you this week. First up, Oregon exposes the real cost of the FCC ban. Second, a very interesting FAA study that reveals drone market shares. And then third, we have the Commerce Department that updates their drone export rules. This is really interesting. Fourth, Indiana is prosecuting an illegal drone deer scouting activity. And then finally, we have a drone that assists in a 900-foot tower rescue. A lot to talk about. Let's get to it. And first up this week, the Oregon Department of Aviation has released a white paper that exposes the real-world cost of the federal FCC ban that we have, talked about for a while now that you are certainly familiar with. They surveyed 25 different state transportation departments, and the numbers are, let's say staggering. Across those states, at least 467 drones are currently grounded or restricted. The total national exposure is estimated to be anywhere from $50 million to $2 billion. Wisconsin reported that 100% of its fleet is grounded. Colorado lost 90% of its capabilities. And then Oregon itself has exactly one compliant drone still operational out of 22. Now, the financial impact is obviously huge here. Idaho reported that a drone that they bought for $15,000 now costs $42,000 to replace with a compliant alternative. The white paper is recommended that a waiver is issued until September of 2027 to give the drone industry some time to catch up, which leads kind of to the next story. A new FAA-funded research that put a hard number on DJI's market dominance, the Assure A83 2025 annual report, I don't know why they gave it that name, but anyways, analyzed remote ID telemetry data from 64 different monitoring locations, and the results are, not really all that surprising. A DJI platform makes up more than 96% of detected drones in the US airspace, 96%. Skydio accounted for just over 1%, and all the other manufacturers combined made up less than 2.4%. Now, looking at the specific models, the DJI Mini 4 Pro accounts alone for 19% of all detected platforms. The Air 3 sits at 13%, and then the Mavic 3 Pro holds 8%. Now, interestingly, more than 93.7% of the top 22 detected platform weight, less than 3 pounds, 3 pounds or less. Heavy lift models like the Matrice 400, Agras T50, Flightcart 30 remain a tiny fraction of the overall flights. The data also showed that nearly half of all the flights were stationary, and 92.6% stayed within half a nautical mile of the pilot. This is even more data that obviously shows how much the FCC actions are going to affect the industry. And third, this week, the US Commerce Department is streamlining drone export controls. Now, this is not importing, this is exporting. The Bureau of Industry and Security, or BIS for short, published an interim final rule that makes 2 big changes. First off, it removes the license requirement for commercial drones with a maximum endurance of under 1 hour when exported to allied nations. And second, it opens a faster pathway for certain longer range systems like heavy lift 25-liter agriculture sprayer or cargo delivery drones. Previously, these drones were caught up in what is called the Missile Technology Control Regime, which was designed to restrict systems capable of carrying a 500-kilogram payload at least 300 kilometers. Obviously, a 25-liter spraying drone is not really a ballistic missile. This change in regulation is a strategic push to help US drone exporters who were losing ground to allied competitors because, American paperwork was taking a little bit too long. In conflict like Ukraine, for example, we're seeing that the advantage here doesn't really come from exotic airframe specs, but really it comes from the manufacturing volume. Next is a reminder that your drone keeps records. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources is bringing its first ever prosecution for illegal drone deer scouting. Under Indiana law, you can legally use a drone to recover an animal that has already been harvested, but using it to scout or locate game during the season or 14 days prior is actually strictly illegal. In this case, conservation officers seized a drone and then pulled the forensic data. The GPS logs, the timestamps, the flight data, and then other data reportedly showed hundreds of images systematically tracking a very specific trophy buck to a baited area. Now, the suspects are now facing charges for alleged drone scouting, hunting over bait, and trespassing. For those that are using the drone as a hunting aid, make sure that you understand the state laws, and then as always, don't be that guy. And then finally, a drones for good story. This is in Texas. 2 people were trapped in a hot air balloon basket that collided and became snagged on a communication tower that was 925 feet in the air. Yeah, those afraid of height, please do not apply here. Longview Fire and the first responders had to execute a very complex high-angle rescue, and they used a drone to assist them. The passengers were safely rescued after a 4-hour operation, but the crew still had to remove the tangled balloon using a cage and a cable system. Now, before anyone climbed up that 925-foot tower to do the removal, a drone was actually deployed to measure the wind speed at that exact altitude. The drone clocked the wind at about 22 miles per hour, and then based on that data, the crew made the decision to basically delay the removal operation under the conditions and until it basically improved. Now, nobody had to guess here. Nobody had to risk their life just to check for the winds. They used the drone, which was amazing. So this is exactly what drones should be used for in emergency situation, basically a tool to get accurate information before putting a human's life in danger. So kudos to them. This was outside the box thinking and a very, very cool story. All right, we'll talk about all of these stories in more detail during the post-flight in community, where we have, kind of uncensored discussions about all of this.
Somewhere between 50 million and 2 billion. That is the amount.
We freaking told you so. This was going to be a show. It is a show already. And it's going to continue to be because there's no solution on the horizon. Hope to see you there. Link is in the description. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then.